When life feels overwhelming, know that 211 is available 24/7, 365 to provide you free, confidential help. As the statewide COVID-19 hotline, call for information or to speak with a healthcare professional. Get connected with 211.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Nora Everett, and I'm honored to serve our community as the chair of United Way of Central Iowa's Board of Directors. I'm also pleased to welcome you to our first ever virtual Live United celebration. And on behalf of United Way's Board of Directors and staff, welcome. The video you just saw featured comments from people from across Iowa who recently called 211. The 211 statewide helpline is really an amazing year-round resource. Operators are available 24/7 to help anyone in Iowa to find the help and resources they need, whether it's food, shelter, legal assistance, you name it. They really are a lifeline for Iowans who are dealing with very, very tough circumstances, especially right now. 211 is staffed and operated by United Way of Central Iowa in 57 of our 99 counties. And 211 is just really one example of the thousands of ways that United Way is helping Iowans. Now more than ever, help is needed, and we are so proud of the critically important work that our 211 team has been doing. Each year, the Live United celebration is United Way's biggest event, a chance for us to come together and celebrate the progress we've made as a community and taking on some of our toughest challenges. It's a chance to celebrate our hard work, to better understand the tough issues that so many face, and to thank each one of you for your dedication and generosity. Of course, everything this year is different. We're all facing challenges like nothing we've ever seen before, and we're all wondering what the future holds for our families, our businesses, our community. But one thing I know for sure is that United Way is up for the challenge. Uncertainty and fear are real, but so is hope, so is determination, so is generosity. I see so much strength in this community of ours as we unite to take on these challenges, to really lift each other up, especially the most vulnerable among us. It's why we invited you to gather with us today in spirit, if not in proximity. We're here to share our collective successes, to celebrate our progress, and to lock arms to make all lives better here in Central Iowa, to really live united. I'm pleased to introduce Elizabeth Buck, President of United Way of Central Iowa and the leader of our fight for health, education, and financial stability of all Central Iowans. So Elizabeth, take it away.
Thank you, Nora, for your leadership and strength as our board chair. United Way continues to have a real impact in Central Iowa, and your vision and dedication to United Way has really been an important part of that. So thank you so much, Nora. And thank you to each of you for taking time to join us for Live United. Normally, this event is all about sharing and celebrating the impact our donors and partners have made in our community over the past year, honoring some of our friends who have gone above and beyond, and shining a light on the work we still have ahead. In our current environment, I'd like to first acknowledge and celebrate how together with your generosity, support, and partnership, United Way of Central Iowa has been able to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and the chilling effect it has had on so many in our community. As with most large-scale crises, this pandemic has hit hardest those who are most vulnerable in Central Iowa. Our working poor, individuals who barely survive even when working multiple jobs. Our least healthy, those who suffer not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. Our young children who were already struggling to succeed in school. Cruelly, these are the people who tend to be most impacted by events like natural disasters, economic downturns, and global pandemics. So when it became apparent that COVID-19 was coming to our community, we leapt into action to protect them and everyone we could in Central Iowa. We started by participating with our friends at the Community Foundation of Greater Des Moines and others to establish the Greater Des Moines Disaster Recovery Fund. giving donors a way to give with reassurance that their funds will be used responsibly to help those most impacted by this pandemic. We were proud to make one of the first investments in the fund, committing $100,000 upon the activation of this fund. And to date, more than $1 million has been donated in our community towards this important disaster recovery fund. We also rallied local nonprofit organizations to centralize volunteer and donation opportunities through our online portal to make it easier for Central Iowans to raise their hands and help. We established tools and online portals for other local nonprofit organizations to update the community on their services through the 211 service, and organized regular nonprofit community conversations to help facilitate discussions and collaboration between nonprofit organizations. But perhaps most significantly, we were asked by the state to make 211 the statewide hotline for citizens to call for information about the pandemic and how our government and communities are responding. Working closely with the Iowa Department of Public Health, we were able to upscale our staff and equipment within 12 hours to take on this enormous task. In March alone, our call volume spiked as Iowans sought information about the rapidly escalating crisis. Our small team of certified operators, as well as other United Way staff who were reassigned to 211, fielded more than 33,000 calls that month, more than 3 times our normal call volume. And as you can imagine, the calls were emotional and taxing, but we were honored to be there to help Iowans find answers, calm their fears, and to just be someone that they could talk to. Soon after, we added an amazing group of nurses and healthcare professionals to our ranks to take calls about symptoms, treatments, and testing. And then mental health professionals to help Iowans cope with the stress, anxiety, isolation, and emotional tolls that they were experiencing. Though the numbers of calls has started to let up a bit, we still see them spike when news breaks or new policies are announced. It has been a privilege to serve as a connector and critical link in the response to this unprecedented crisis. And I am so proud of our team for the incredible compassion, long hours, and empathetic spirit that they bring to the service every single day. 211 has been in existence in Central Iowa since the 1960s. And in January, United Way of Central Iowa expanded our territory to cover 57 of our state's counties. Similar to 911, our 211 service is a free resource people can call any time of day when they need help. Our operators are real people, ready to answer and help callers and those who text to find the various services that they need. No two 211 calls are alike, and our team has been trained to respond with empathy, authority, and credibility. The backbone of the 211 service is a database of human services available across the state. It contains the location, contact information, hours of service, and offerings for thousands of nonprofits, churches, and other organizations that provide services and resources to Iowans. Our team constantly updates that database and curates to ensure the information we provide is as accurate and timely as possible. Anyone can access that information anytime by calling or by visiting the 211iowa.org website or by text message. We even developed an amazing 211 Iowa app that you can download on your smartphone. 211 is an excellent source of information for our service providers, legislators, and community leaders. We track and provide information about what Iowans are calling for and are able to provide analysis of that data to help better understand trends, areas of need, and more. This kind of information can be very valuable when communities are deciding where and when to deploy resources and to better understand the needs statewide, by region, city, neighborhood, or zip code. This data is real time and available on our website for anyone to access. 211 is a great example of the kind of work we do at United Way, and we are proud to share more about this service with you today. I would now like to turn our attention to our 2020 Community Impact Report. Each year, we publish this document and unveil it at our Live United celebration. In a few minutes, I will invite some of our volunteer leaders to share some of the information from each section of that report. Typically, we'd like to give you a printed copy of the report to take home, but obviously we can't do that today. But however, if you happen to receive the weekly print version of the business record, you will find a copy inserted in today's issue. And also it is available online at www.communityimpactreport.org. I encourage you to take some time to read our Community Impact Report in its entirety. It tells a wonderful story of the significant progress we have made over the past year in taking on some of Central Iowa's toughest challenges and our progress towards the community goals for 2020. Back in 2008, we established 3 community goals. 1, to increase our Central Iowa's high school graduation rate to 95%. 2, to increase the number of Central Iowans who are financially stable to 75%. And 3, to improve our Gallup Wellbeing Index score to 64.5. In addition, we have also been focusing on improving access to essential needs for Central Iowans, and this is going to be critical as we respond to COVID-19. So here we are, it's 2020, and you might be wondering, how did we do? Well, the answer, which may be a little disappointing, is that we are not done yet. You see, we are still collecting data and measuring our impact throughout the remainder of this year. And next year at this time at Live United, we will unveil, hopefully in person, our final results. And that's good news, because while we have made progress, we are not there yet. There's still a lot of work to do, and our current circumstances have made our previous challenges even greater. Let's look at each goal and our impact and essential needs to see where we landed at the end of 2019. We have asked 4 community leaders to share these updates with you, along with an interesting fact or exciting accomplishment that we've made over the past year. In addition to being leaders in our community, these individual volunteers serve as chairs on our community impact cabinets, leading a group of volunteer experts who help us identify key issues, develop sound strategies to tackle them, and determine how and where to responsibly invest our donors' dollars to make the most positive impact. We'll start with some information about our work in essential needs.
Hello, my name is Janelle Pittman, and I'm the chair of the United Way's Essential Needs Cabinet. I'm honored to be part of this important work. United Way's work in essential needs does not have a specific goal for 2020 because it really spans all 3 of the organization's focus areas: education, income, and health. Without access to essential needs, those things that the most vulnerable Central Iowans are lacking, things like food, a home, warm clothes, or transportation, children cannot learn in schools, families cannot be financially stable, and individuals cannot focus on their health and well-being. At this level of poverty, it is all about survival. So we must ensure these base level needs are covered in order to help Central Iowans live before they can think about improving their lives. Last year, we focused on 3 key areas: food insecurity, affordable housing, and transportation. We saw increases in the number of Central Iowans accessing food pantries and other food services, with an estimated 62,000 Central Iowans who are food insecure, and 2/3 of them are children. So when school let out last summer, our Opportunity program worked hard to boost awareness of our summer meal meetup program, offering free breakfast and lunch to anyone in Polk, Dallas, or Warren County who is 18 years or younger. and we saw a more than 11% increase in attendance as a result. We also organized a powerful coalition to advocate for changes to the new Des Moines Planning and Zoning codes to make sure it did not become more difficult to build affordable homes in our city. And we brought together key partners across the community to conduct a comprehensive study of the transportation challenges faced by our Central Iowans in lower income brackets. Of all our respondents, 96% told us transportation is a barrier to them achieving financial stability. The results of that survey are now guiding our strategies to tackle our transportation issues and help Central Iowans get where they need to be to work and thrive. Our work in essential needs is multifaceted, and United Way is playing an important role in addressing these challenges. Next, we will talk about United Way's work in education.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. We have over 400 of you on the call, which is absolutely fabulous. My name is Lynn Graves, and I am chair of United Way's Education Cabinet. I'm just one cog in the wheel of all the important work that's being done, along with the other cabinet chairs, Elizabeth and her management team. And I'd be remiss if I did not recognize the entire cabinet and all the United Way staff that supports our work to help those most in need of the community services we offer. From an education standpoint, I am pleased to say that we have made tremendous progress over the past decade, growing from 83.4% in 2008 to close to our goal of 95% in 2018. In our report, you'll see that our number went down a bit last year from 93.7 to 93.4. We believe it's merely due to a population growth, and we feel confident in our ability to reach 95% by the time our goal accumulates. Over the past year, we continue to focus on long-term strategies like school readiness, early grade reading. In addition, we shifted some of our resources to more immediate short-term strategies. Working with Central Iowa school districts, we identified lists of students who were supposed to graduate in the next 2 years, but were just falling short of their requirements. United Way provided funding and formed a coalition of educators and volunteers, and together we created tailored strategies to address the specific barriers many of those students were facing. Because we are so close to our goal, the number of students needing this kind of short-term intensive support is relatively small, and our track record so far shows we are making a real impact for them in their futures. Thank you for all your support. This impressive progress would not have been possible without the caring generosity of our great community. I can assure you that the Education Cabinet will continue to be all hands on deck as we navigate these challenging times and get the students back to learning in whatever way we can. Up next, we will talk about United Way's fight for financial stability and income for all Central Iowans.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Abbott, and I am the chair of United Way's Income Cabinet. The community goal for income is to increase the percentage of Central Iowans who are financially stable to 75%. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This has been a challenge. Our goal was established just before our country went into an economic recession in 2008 and 2009. which led to a number of years where our target declined as lower income earners lagged behind the economic recovery. But as you can see, since 2015, we've turned that trend around to see some impressive growth. Last year, it increased from 67% to 67.7%. Now, those increases over the past 3 years may not seem that significant, but it represents 36,000 more Central Iowans who are financially self-sufficient than they were 3 years ago. Last year, 67.7% of individuals in our community were financially stable enough to not rely on public assistance or support programs to pay for food, rent, or childcare. They are living with the security and pride of being able to afford their family's needs and save for the future. That is wonderful news. But frankly, our goal of reaching 75% is not realistic in our last few months of working toward this community goal, especially in light of current events. In fact, it is clear that the work we do to help Central Iowans find financial stability will be more important than ever in coming months and years, as our community fights its way back from the effects of the global crisis we are in today. Despite this, we are very proud of what we have been able to collectively accomplish. For instance, last year, Central Iowa Works, a United Way program working with employers and individuals to help eliminate barriers and move Central Iowans into jobs with stability and potential, was able to help thousands find good jobs. That includes more than 500 people who are pursuing careers in healthcare, filling an important and urgent need in our community, and setting them on a path to a long and fulfilling career. Our challenges will be great in the future, which makes me even more proud to be part of this important work. It's my hope you're inspired to join us in this fight, if you haven't already, and help ensure all Central Iowans have an opportunity to thrive in their careers, their families, and their lives. And now we will discuss the final section of the Community Impact Report, health.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. My name is Angela Franklin, and I am the chair of United Way's Health Cabinet. Our goal is to improve the health of individuals in Central Iowa, and we take a holistic approach to health, focusing not only on physical health, but also social health, financial health, community health, and our sense of purpose. These are the components of our holistic health model and are measured through a survey conducted by Gallup called the National Health and Wellbeing Index. Last year, our score on this index was unchanged, and our data for 2019 was not available for this report. But as we analyzed last year's results, it became apparent that one area, purpose, was lagging and pulling Central Iowa's overall score down. Central Iowans score below average on a sense of purpose. So in addition to providing opportunities for people to give, advocate, and volunteer, all activities that feed our sense of purpose, we have launched a new project. Beginning in July of 2020, Powered by Purpose will help individuals define and embark on a personal purpose journey. Powered by Purpose will also engage employers to help their employees better understand the organization's sense of purpose and help them feel more connected with their careers. The Gallup poll also asks respondents questions like, do you have a leader in your life who makes you hopeful for the future? And do you learn something new every day? The curriculum of Powered by Purpose will help people and organizations think about these and other purpose-focused questions while inspiring them to better understand and prioritize their personal and organizational purpose. We're excited about this program and can't wait to share it with all of you soon. Thank you. I would now like to welcome back Nora Everett.
Thank you, Dr. Franklin, and thanks to all of our dedicated volunteers for these really impressive results. I hope as you've heard about this important progress we're making in our community, you felt a sense of pride because these achievements are really your achievements. Your generosity, your support matters to so many people in this community. And hopefully you, like I, have felt a difference in your own life as you've given back. I'd like to take just a couple minutes to recognize a few individuals for their exceptional service and dedication. First, a huge thank you to our 2019 campaign chair, Jerry Nugent, for his hard work and deep commitment in leading an incredibly successful fundraising campaign last year. Thank you to Jim Brennan for chairing our workplace cabinet and for stepping up to lead our 2020 United Way campaign, which, believe it or not, is already underway. Our Tocqueville Society saw huge success in the 2019 campaign with the recruitment of 50 new donors who gave $10,000 or more. Thanks to Emily Abbas and Diane Bridgewater for leading that effort. And thanks to Emily, Jake Christensen, and Susan Fitzsimmons, who will be leading that work in 2020. We were also thrilled to recognize Kim and Rich Willis for their incredible dedication to our community with the annual Tocqueville Society Award last fall. These are two amazing philanthropists and have done so much for our community. And now I would like to introduce Sean Vicente, Vice Chair of the United Way of Central Iowa Board of Directors. Sean, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Nora. Really excited to be here with you and everyone who's joining us on this call today. You know, this is truly one of our favorite parts of the program, and I'm really excited to help in honoring a few individuals and organizations for their dedication and their generosity over the past year. It is time for the Live United Awards. The Live United Awards are United Way of Central Iowa's way to celebrate and recognize organizations and individuals who are the hand raisers, the trailblazers, the game changers, and the impact makers in our community. And our biggest award for an organization, the Spirit of Central Iowa, recognizes a team that has done extraordinary work in all of these areas: giving, advocating, and volunteering.
We were thrilled to receive dozens of nominations from people and organizations across the region back in late 2019 and early 2020. The honorees are selected by a panel of independent judges representing the business and nonprofit communities. The judges carefully evaluate each nomination for their outstanding achievements in advancing community progress in United Way's focus areas of education, income, and health. So first of all, thanks to our judges for their hard work. There are 3 categories of awards, and we will honor 1 individual and 3 different sized organizations based on number of employees in each category. So Sean, will you please get things started?
You bet. Thanks, Nora. We're going to start with our Impact Maker Awards. This award honors individuals and organizations that have shown exceptional tenacity and determination in tackling a specific issue or challenge in our community by advocating for solutions, rallying support, working with elected officials and policymakers, and many other things. We will begin by recognizing our individual impact maker, someone who is recognized by so many in our community as a champion for children's health. This powerful advocate has been a leader on the ACEs Coalition to reduce adverse childhood experiences, a powerful voice in pursuing a children's mental health system in our state, a founding organizer of the Cami for Kids Coalition, and much more. Congratulations to the 2020 winner of the Individual Impact Maker Award from Blank Children's Hospital, Cheney East. And now, we would like to honor Central Iowa organizations for their commitment to advocating for specific causes in our community. Our first organization has placed more than 2,300 individuals in employment in Central Iowa and generated more than $57 million in wages since 2012. And based on my own visit to their facility this past year, I can tell you it's both impressive and impactful. The 2020 Impact Maker Award for organizations with fewer than 300 employees goes to the Evelyn K. Davis Center for Working Families. Congratulations to their team and thank you for your very important work in our community. Next, the Impact Maker Award for organizations with 300 to 800 employees goes to a company that has focused their attention on helping students succeed in Central Iowa. Their employees stepped up as volunteers and advocates for a number of initiatives this past year, like volunteering as reading mentors for United Way's Book Buddy program, visiting students to encourage them to finish strong at the graduation walk, mentoring students about possible career paths, and more. Congratulations to our friends at American Equity Investment Life Insurance Company. And our final Impact Maker Award for an organization with 800 or more employees goes to a company who has shown amazing dedication to our community and to the United Way. For their ongoing work as advocates and champions of reading and literacy, student success, food insecurity, and so much more in Central Iowa. A very heartfelt congratulations to our friends at Athene. And with that, Nora, I'm going to hand things off to you for the Hand Raiser Awards.
Thanks, Sean. The Hand Raiser Awards honor one individual and 3 organizations who have done exceptional work through volunteering. We will begin by honoring an individual who would be very, very difficult for anyone to match as a volunteer. Our honoree has been volunteering for United Way for more than 31 years, logging more than 27,000 hours with United Way alone. She has also generously given her valuable time and effort to dozens of other organizations, including Des Moines Public Schools, the Special Olympics, Mercy One Medical Center, and many, many more. And as someone who has seen more than 9 decades, she is still one of the hardest workers we know. Congratulations to the 2020 Individual Hand Raiser Award winner, Ruth Sharp. Ruth, thank you for your amazing work and inspiring spirit. Our first Hand Raiser Award for an organization goes to a company with fewer than 300 employees. The company has fostered a culture of volunteerism, encouraging members of their teams to volunteer in teams or large groups, but also asking them to use their strengths and experience to find individual volunteer opportunities. So congratulations to our 2020 Organizational Hand Raiser Award winner, DLL Finance, LLC. Our next Hand Raiser Award is for an organization with 300 to 800 employees. A decade ago, this company set in motion plans and policies to make giving back a priority for their company and their employees. And they have proven that dedication year after year by providing and promoting their volunteer time off. Their Live It Up committee seeks out volunteer opportunities and rallies employees to meet the needs of our community. So congratulations to our 2020 Hand Raiser Award winner, the ITA Group. Our final Organizational Hand Raiser Award is for companies with more than 800 employees. This year's winning company uses volunteer opportunities to foster team building, engagement, employee engagement, and help their employees really feel that sense of purpose by giving back to our community. From reading to students as book buddies, power read mentors, to serving lunch at Iowa homeless youth centers, and much, much more. This is an organization that truly cares. Congratulations to our 2020 Hand Raiser Award winner nationwide. And congratulations and thank you to all of our hand raisers for your dedication to volunteering in Central Iowa. And with that, Sean, it's time to recognize our trailblazer and our game changers.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nora. The Trailblazer Award is given to an individual who went above and beyond to make their organization's 2019 United Way campaign a success. This year's winner put in an exceptional amount of time and effort working with her CEO and leadership team to execute a successful campaign that was fun, educational, powerful, and engaging for all employees. Organizing multiple events and activities, she led a team of employees through a truly exceptional campaign. So a special congratulations to our 2020 Trailblazer Award winner from Shazam, Morgan Johnson. Thank you, Morgan, for your great work on this year's campaign. And now we will honor our game changers, those organizations who show dedication, innovation, and success in giving through their 2019 United Way workplace campaigns. Our first honoree in the organizational game changer category is a company with fewer than 300 employees. This year's winner considers leadership of their annual United Way campaign an important part of their internal professional development programs, asking their emerging leaders to oversee the process. And they are consistently one of our community's most generous organizations. Congratulations to our 2020 Game Changer Award winner, Homesteaders Life Company. Our next award, the Game Changer for organizations with 300 to 800 employees, goes to a company who's worked to keep the United Way top of mind with employees all year, holding a summer basket raffle and other events to grow enthusiasm leading up to their campaign in September, which included an impressive number of creative and inspiring events and motivational gatherings. The result was a significant increase in funds raised, 34 new donors, and several new members of United Way's various donor and affinity groups. Congratulations to the 2020 Game Changer Award winner, Shazam. And finally, the final Game Changer Award is for our largest companies, those with 800 or more employees. And this year's award goes to a company who paid special attention to the interests and passions of their employees and sought to provide interesting and meaningful content in each of United Way's key areas of focus. They also had an active recruitment strategy for leadership giving, affinity groups, and more. Their successful campaign was a textbook example of best practices, and it worked extremely well. So, congratulations to our 2020 Game Changer Award winner, Farm Bureau Financial Services. And a special congratulations to all of our game changers. Your hard work and dedication provides the fuel for United Way to lead the fight for health, education, and financial stability of all Central Iowans.
Thanks,
Nora?
Sean. Thanks. All right, now it's time for our final award, the Spirit of Central Iowa. This award is our biggest recognition for an organization in Central Iowa, and it really celebrates their accomplishments over the past year in 3 areas: giving, advocacy, and volunteerism. So Sean and I are going to see if we can do this one together.
All right, let's bring this one home, Nora. So this year's top honor goes to an organization that advocated for children in Central Iowa, holding monthly events throughout 2019 to provide employees opportunities to support literacy, education, and essential needs. For instance, in a drive to provide school supplies for children, they almost doubled their goal, filling hundreds of backpacks with markers, pencils, paper, and more.
They also did some amazing things as volunteers. They offer their employees significant volunteer time off, and they encourage them to use it throughout the year with monthly updates and encouragement to take advantage of volunteer opportunities across the community. The company also sponsors multiple events for organizations like Special Olympics, Every Step, and the ALS Association of Iowa. Employees are excused to work at these events without even using their volunteer time off. At every opportunity, this organization has raised their hand to fulfill the volunteer needs here in Central Iowa.
Yeah, and Nora, our award winner, also runs an outstanding United Way campaign each year. They match up to 2,500 of each pledge and have made their support of United Way an important part of their employee orientation and their culture. Last year, they set an aggressive goal and surpassed it with impressive increases in both dollars pledged and the number of donors.
For their incredible commitment to making Central Iowa better for everyone, let's congratulate this year's Spirit of Iowa honoree, Salmons
Financial. Congratulations, Salmons.
Hello, I'm Tom Nicaro, and I chair the Community Involvement Committee for Salmon's Financial Group. On behalf of our 550 employees who work in our West Des Moines location, I want to thank United Way for recognizing us with the Spirit of Central Iowa Award. While our two main life insurance companies have been in business for well over 100 years, Salmon Financial Group's presence in Central Iowa dates back just 20 years to when we hired our first employee in 1999. We have been very fortunate to experience tremendous growth since that time. We're an ESOP-owned company with a unique culture. Our charitable giving generally is targeted to organizations our employees are actively involved in, and we contributed directly to approximately 70 nonprofit organizations last year. Our partnership with United Way has become an increasingly important part of how we support our communities, particularly in the areas of health, education, and financial stability. We recognize the profound impact United Way has made here in Central Iowa, and our employees have embraced the idea of living united. To that end, we formed a separate United Way committee 5 years ago, and since that time we have focused on supporting programs throughout the year, not just during the annual campaign.
My name is Neil Colorado, and I am a co-chair of the United Way Committee at Salmons. Since the United Way Committee was established 5 years ago, we have increased our support of United Way by over 150% and more than doubled our donors at the leadership level. We are proud to have raised awareness of United Way programs beyond the annual campaign through educational and volunteer events, such as Backpack Heroes and the United Way Day of Action. Our committee has raised the bar every year, and our Salmons family has met the challenge. Thank you again for recognizing Salmons with the 2020 Live United Spirit of Central Iowa Award, and we are excited to roll up our sleeves for this year's campaign.
Again, we would like to thank United Way of Central Iowa for recognizing Salmon Financial Group's commitment to our community. We will proudly display this award later this year when we move into our new corporate headquarters currently being constructed in West Des Moines.
Nora and Sean, thank you both for all you do and for your help today. Also, special thanks to Janelle, Lynn, Mike, and Angela for sharing your time and information with us today during this presentation. And congratulations to all the 2020 Live Unite Award honorees. And a special congratulations to Salmons for all your hard work and for being honored with the Spirit of Central Iowa Award. We feel incredibly honored by the great work of these individuals and organizations that they do in our community. I'd also like to take a moment to thank some really important people. Special thanks go to our board and cabinet volunteers. We're fortunate at United Way of Central Iowa to have over 250 leadership volunteers who help us to really execute on the work that we're doing, and they're so dedicated in helping us get that done. So special thanks to our board and cabinet members. I'd also like to recognize the over 160 funded programs that United Way partners with. Without the dedication of the nonprofits in the funded partner arena, we would not be able to share with you the amazing collective impact that we've had. And I can tell you, we have the best partners here in Central Iowa. Not only have they been dedicated towards the goals for 2020, but I know all of them have been making special efforts during this COVID pandemic. So thank you so much to all of our funded partners. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank the most important people in my life and in my work life, our staff. Every day, the staff at United Way of Central Iowa goes above and beyond. And during this pandemic, they didn't pause for a minute. We knew we were going to have extra challenges, and our services were going to be needed more now than ever. And every single one of the staff at United Way of Central Iowa has given 100% to serving Central Iowans. And so we are really fortunate at United Way of Central Iowa to have, I think, the best staff of any United Way in this country. I would like to close today by thanking all of you once again for your loyalty, your dedication, and your willingness to step up and help make Central Iowa a wonderful place to live. We say that the United Way leads the fight for the health, education, and financial stability of all Central Iowans, but that fight really comes from you. all of you. Because when we fight for something good, something right and true, and we do so together, there is nothing we can't achieve. To live a life of purpose, to live to give others a chance, we all must live united. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.